All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful philosophy inspired by Priyanka Chopra. It's all about taking absolute command of your life by totally mastering your daily schedule. I mean, think about it for a second. She balances being a global actor, a producer, a mother, and an entrepreneur. She literally cannot afford to let time slip through her fingers. And honestly, if you're sick and tired of feeling like your day just vanishes, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down the mindset, the habits, and the brutal truths that separate high achievers from everyone else. This isn't just about color coding your calendar. It's a fundamental shift in how you actually view your everyday existence.
Look, I need you to ask yourself a brutal truth right out of the gate. Are you busy or are you intentional? Because this whole concept, it isn't just a basic productivity hack, it's a massive wake-up call to stop letting your hours just poof into thin air. Anyone can be busy, right? Being busy is incredibly easy. It's just reacting to whatever random email, Slack notification, or minor crisis pops up next. But being intentional, wow, that requires a completely different level of focus. It means every single action you take is deliberately chosen to move you closer to your ultimate goals.
Ouch, right? This completely shatters our absolute favorite excuse. I just don't have the time. We all say it. But facing this truth challenges you to realize that when you say you don't have time, you're actually just choosing to prioritize something else. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow, I know. But it's also incredibly empowering. Why? Because it means you are entirely in control. If something truly matters to you, you don't find the time, you make the time by just pushing the lower priority stuff completely off your plate.
So let's get into part one, the brutal truth about time. Stop wasting hours.
The thing is, high achievers treat every single second like a high-stakes investment that absolutely has to yield a return. There's just no room for fluff, no room for endless excuses. You have to think about it like a bank account, but it's one you can never, ever replenish. Once an hour is spent, boom, it's gone forever. You wouldn't just throw your hard-earned cash out the window, right? So why in the world do we so easily throw away our hours doom scrolling at 2 a.m. or doing things that bring us literally zero value? To manage your day like the pros, you have to demand that your time earns its worth.
Moving to part two, priorities over pure time, because purpose drives your schedule. 24. Think about that number. Every single person on Earth, from the most successful, world-changing visionary to the person struggling to get off the couch to find the remote, gets exactly the same number of hours every single day. The difference isn't the amount of time you have, it's exactly how you choose to deploy it. Time is the ultimate equalizer. When it really clicks for you that you have the exact same 24 hours as the people you admire most, the excuses just melt away. It all boils down to execution and intent.
So here's the actual blueprint that separates the highly successful from the totally average. These 7 transformative principles give you the raw tools to basically rebuild your mindset from scratch. And notice something important here. None of these say work 20 hours a day or never sleep again. Not at all. It's about prioritizing with clear purpose, structuring intentionally, facing the harsh truth about where you waste your days, and building unbreakable discipline. It's about commanding your schedule instead of letting your schedule command you. This right here, this is the whole masterclass in one go.
Which brings us to part 3. Win your morning routine. Win the morning, win the war.
Listen, if you can master these 3 steps to build your daily discipline, you will create an unstoppable momentum that literally carries you through the rest of the day. First up, establish that daily success routine. And hey, it doesn't have to be waking up at some agonizing 4 a.m., but it does have to be consistent and it must ground you. Second, execute time blocking. Don't just scribble a wishful to-do list. Assign specific blocks of time to specific tasks so your focus is locked in. And third, defeat procrastination immediately by tackling your hardest, most important task first. Eat that proverbial frog right away, and I promise you, the rest of your day is just a downhill victory lap.
All right, part 4. Protect energy and say no. Remember, boundaries equal freedom. You know, just tracking minutes, that's an amateur game. The top 1% are actually focused on fiercely protecting their physical and mental energy. Traditional time management focuses on the clock. You try to cram more and more tasks into a day, and you just end up feeling constantly drained and perpetually busy. Energy management, on the flip side, focuses on your capacity. It means doing your most demanding cognitive work when you have the most mental power and resting when you actually need to recharge. It's a massive, profound shift from just high volume to pure, concentrated quality. And to protect that energy, you've got to realize something huge. Saying no is not a negative action. Actually, it's a profoundly positive declaration of your true priorities.
The word no is literally the ultimate productivity tool. Think about it. Every single time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're actively saying no to your own dreams. Successful people are relentlessly protective of their time. They use no as an absolute shield to filter out the noise, the drama, and the distractions so they can fiercely protect their energy for what truly matters.
Section 5. Command time like a CEO. It's time to schedule your greatness. So, what does this actually look like in practice? This is how a high-achieving CEO visualizes their day. Not as a random, chaotic series of stressful events, but as a meticulously orchestrated timeline designed for absolute peak performance. In the morning, you're on the offensive, building that momentum. By midday, you're operating purely on energy management, ruthlessly saying no to protect your focus during your busiest hours. And in the evening, you aren't just crashing out in front of the TV. You are reviewing, reflecting, and making sure that every single hour of that day truly earned its worth. It's a complete, full-circle system of personal accountability. Because at the end of the day, if you apply these transformative principles we've been talking about, you aren't just shifting blocks around on a calendar or downloading some shiny new productivity app. You are literally taking control of your future and demanding greatness from yourself. Time management sounds like admin work, doesn't it? But life management? That sounds like leadership. When you make that shift to life management, every single choice you make about your schedule becomes a vital building block for the exact life you're trying to create.
So the only thing left to ask is this: are you ready to finally stop making excuses and start commanding your life? You've got to stop passively watching the clock tick away. Look at tomorrow, not as just another random day to drag yourself through, but as a blank canvas of 24 pristine, untouched hours. How are you going to step up? How will you own your next 24 hours? The choice and the time is entirely yours.